Hello students, we are now discussing about self-induction. Self-induction. As we have already discussed about the origin of induced current by changing magnetic flux attached to a coil. According to the Faraday conception, when a magnet moves towards a coil attached to a galvanometer, then magnetic field lines passing through the coil suddenly changes. And when there is a sudden change in magnetic flux in the coil, then induced EMF is produced. When the circuit of coil is closed, then induced current also flows in the coil. This we have already discussed. According to the Faraday first law, we have also known that induced EMF, numerical value of induced EMF is proportional to the negative rate of change of magnetic flux, E proportional minus d phi by dt. Therefore, E is equal to minus n d phi by dt, where n is number of turns in the coil. After that, we have discussed about the negative sign, importance of the negative sign. What is the importance of the negative sign? This indicates that induced current which is produced in the coil always opposes the region by which it is produced. If north pole of any magnet is coming towards the coil, then production of the current in the coil will move in such a direction so that inside end of the coil will have north pole, and this north pole will repel to the coming north pole of magnet. This means when magnet is coming towards the coil, then induced current is produced. As it is produced, then it makes north pole towards the magnet which repel it. This means it opposes the motion of the magnet. So this is the indication of negative sign here. After that, we have discussed about Lenge's law. Lenge's law always says that induced EMF or induced current always opposes the region by which it is produced. In this way, we find that Lenge's law or the second Faraday's law depends on conservation of energy. So in this way, after that, we will take the new topic, self-induction. Now, what is self-induction? Let us suppose this is a coil and this coil is attached to a cell. Here, this is a coil and this coil is attached by a cell. If current I flows in the coil, then magnetic field arises around this coil. Here, magnetic field lines. These magnetic field lines are passing through each turn of this coil. Now here, if current I flows in this coil, then magnetic field lines arises and that will pass through each turn of the coil. So let us suppose magnetic flux attached to the coil is phi 1. Now if the magnitude of this current is suddenly increases or decreases, we will discuss first suddenly increases and second suddenly decreases. When this main current supplied by the cell in the coil suddenly increases, then what happens? Intensity of magnetic field also increases. This means number of magnetic lines of forces increases. Therefore, the flux attached to each turn of the coil also increases, that is phi 2. So in the initial case it is phi 1, and when this main current is suddenly increases, then magnetic flux also increases, becomes phi 2. Therefore, phi 2 minus phi 1, this is change of magnetic flux. And when this change of magnetic flux in the coil occurs, then induced current flows, induced current arises in the coil. And by Lenge's law, when induced current arises in the coil, then it will oppose the region by which it is produced. Since it is produced, the cause of production of induced current is due to the sudden change in main current. If this main current increases, then direction of induced current will be just opposite to the direction of main current, so that it may reduce its value. But if this main current suddenly decreases, then at this moment the intensity of magnetic field lines also decreases, and therefore a less number of magnetic field lines will pass through each turns of the coil. Then phi 2 is less than phi 1. Therefore, here if we want to find delta phi, this will be phi 2 minus phi 1 with negative sign, because phi 2 is less than phi 1. So, in this case, the direction of induced current produced in the coil will be just opposite to the first region. This means induced current will flow in the direction of main current, so that it may increase its value, or it may oppose the region by which it is produced. So, this is called self-induction, because due to only the change of current, due to only the change of main current flowing in the coil, induced current is produced. So, this phenomena is known as self-induction. Now, try to understand once again. Let us suppose this is a coil. This coil is attached to a cell, and we supply a steady current in this coil. Then magnetic field arises around it. A certain number of magnetic field lines will pass through each turn of the coil. Therefore, magnetic flux attached to each turn is phi 1. After that, when this main current is suddenly increased, then this sudden increment happens in magnetic field lines. So, magnetic field lines increases, and then magnetic flux phi 2 attached to the coil also increases. So, in this case, phi 2 is greater than phi 1. Therefore, delta phi will be positive, because this becomes phi 2 minus phi 1. So, due to this sudden change of magnetic flux attached to the coil, induced current is produced, and the direction of this induced current flowing in the coil will be just opposite to the direction of this main current, so that it may reduce its value. Similarly, if this main current is suddenly decreases, then magnetic field lines also decreases, and therefore phi 2 becomes less than phi 1. So, in this case, delta phi becomes with negative sign, and this negative sign indicates that the direction of induced current will be just reverse to the direction of induced current in the previous case. Now, here the direction of this induced current will be in the direction of main current, so that it may increase its value. So, in this way, we have seen that induced current, when produced in the coil, will always oppose the region by which it is produced. Now, here, so this phenomena is called self-induction. Now, what is self-induction? Again, note down it. When main current main current flowing in a coil suddenly changes then magnetic flux attached to the coil also changes due to change in magnetic flux induced current is produced. This phenomena is called self-induction. Now, here, since when main current changes, then induced current also produced in the coil which opposes the region by which it is produced. So now here, this phi is magnetic flux attached to each turn of the coil. This magnetic flux increases or decreases depending on the increment or decrement in the main current. Therefore, when we are increasing the value of main current, then this phi also increases, and when we decrease the main current in the coil, then phi decreases. So we can say that this N phi is directly proportional to the main current flowing in the circuit. N phi is what? It is called flux linkages. This means the total number of turns attached to the coil. So this will be N phi. So N phi proportional I. Therefore, N phi is equal to Li, where L is a constant. Therefore, L is equal to N phi upon I. This L is called coefficient of self-induction. That's why a coil is also known as an inductor. Suppose this is a coil in the circuit, then you can say it is as an inductor, and L is called coefficient of self-induction. Now here, by Faraday law, E is equal to minus N d phi by dt. This becomes minus d N phi upon dt. Here N will be taken here because it is constant. So this becomes minus d N phi by dt. Now this is N phi. This N phi is equal to Li. So putting here d Li upon dt. This becomes minus L is constant, so taken out. It will be di by dt. Therefore, we can say that E is equal to minus L di by dt, or L is equal to minus E upon di by dt. With the help of this formula, we can define coefficient of self-induction. What is called coefficient of self-induction? For its definition, we assume di by dt is equal to 1 ampere per second. Let di by dt is equal to 1 ampere per second, then L is equal to E. This means modulus of L is equal to E, omitting this negative sign. How can we define? Coefficient of self-induction is equal to induced EMF produced in the coil is equal to EMF in the coil when change of current, when time rate of change of current becomes 1 ampere per second. Now write coefficient of self-induction. Coefficient of self-induction is numerically equal to the magnitude of induced EMF if rate of change in current is unit. Unit means 1 ampere per second. Coefficient of self-induction is numerically equal to the magnitude of induced EMF if rate of change in current is unit. Now, unit of unit of self-induction. Unit of self-induction is Henry. Henry denoted by H. Henry. We know that 1 millihenry becomes 10 power minus 3 Henry. 1 microhenry becomes 10 power minus 6 Henry. Similarly, 1 kilohenry becomes 10 power 3 Henry. Like this way, we have smaller and greater units of Henry. If you want to define what is called 1 Henry, what will be the definition of 1 Henry? It is generally asked. Let's suppose L is equal to minus E upon di by dt. If di by dt is equal to 1 ampere per second and E is equal to 1 volt, then mod of L is equal to 1 Henry. So what will be its definition? If the rate of change in current flowing in coil becomes 1 ampere per second and the magnitude of induced EMF becomes 1 volt, then coefficient of self-induction will be called 1 Henry. You can define it if the rate of change in current is 1 ampere per second and induced EMF produced is numerically 1 volt, then L is 1 Henry. So this is the definition of 1 Henry. Now what will be its dimension? Generally dimension is also asked. Since mod of L is equal to E upon di by dt, so it is written as E into dt by di. E, it is voltage. How this the unit of this voltage you can find out. E is equal to W by Q. If you don't remember, then you can find out applying this formula. This W M T minus 2 divided by AT. So this becomes M L power 2 T power minus 3 A power minus 1. So M L power 2 T power minus 3 A power minus 1 into dt, that is T, divided by this, that is A. So this becomes M L square T power minus 2 and A power minus 2. This is the dimensional formula of coefficient of self-induction. Now next topic, coefficient of self-induction of a plane coil. Coefficient of self-induction of a plane coil. Look here, let us suppose this is a coil of N turns. This is a coil of N turns. How will you make this coil? You will take a thin long wire, and when this thin long wire is converted in a circle, then it is called a coil. Let us suppose this coil has N turns. Let N be the number of turns in a coil of radius r. Here, this is radius r and this is the center. So this is a coil, and N be the number of turns in the coil, and its radius is r. When current I flows, in this coil, then magnetic field arises around it. You have already known about this fact that when current flows through a coil, then magnetic field arises. And you are also familiar about this concept that this current carrying coil behaves as a magnetic dipole. So finally, you try to understand, this is a coil and radius of this coil is r. It has number of turns capital N. When I ampere current flows through this coil, then magnetic field produced around it. When magnetic field produced around it, then intensity of magnetic field at its center, it is given B is equal to mu naught by 2 Ni by R. magnetic field produced due to the flow of current in this coil at its center will be calculated by applying this formula, B equal to mu naught by 2 N I upon R. Now, what will be magnetic flux attached to this coil? That will be phi is equal to B into A. It will be vector B dot vector A. Magnetic flux attached to this coil will be calculated by applying this formula, phi is equal to vector B dot vector A, and this will be equal to BA cos 0. So it will be written as BA. Now the value of B is mu naught by 2 Ni upon R into area of this coil. Area of this coil becomes pi R square. So what will be here? Mu naught by 2 Ni pi into R. 1 power of R is cancelled out. Now this is magnetic flux attached to the coil. Since we know that N phi is equal to Li, where L is coefficient of self-induction of the coil, therefore L is equal to N phi upon I. Substituting this value of phi here, we have N upon I into mu naught upon 2 Ni pi R this. Now I will be cancelled out, so this becomes mu naught by 2 N square, N into N square pi R. So finally it is written in this form, L is equal to here mu naught pi R by 2 into N square. This mu naught pi R and 2 is constant, so we can say L proportional N square. If number of turns in the coil increases, then coefficient of self-induction of the coil increases in the proportion of its square. For example, if number of turns increases twice, then this becomes 4 times. It becomes 4 times. So we can say that L1 by L2 is equal to N1 by N2 whole square. So this is the formula to find out coefficient of self-induction of a plane coil. Next, now here coefficient of self-induction of a current carrying long solenoid. Coefficient of self-induction of a current carrying long solenoid. Now suppose let small n be the number of turns in per unit length of a solenoid long solenoid and L be its length. If N is the total number of turns in the coil, then small n is equal to capital N upon L. Now, if current flows through the solenoid, then magnetic field arises, and the magnetic field arises at any point on the axis of the solenoid will be calculated by mu 0 n I, where n is capital N upon L. So, putting here mu naught capital N upon L into I. Now, magnetic flux attached to each turn of the solenoid, phi is equal to B into A, generally vector B dot vector A, but we write here B into A. So, B mu naught up into N by L into I, and area is supposed that A. So, phi is equal to mu naught N upon L I A. Simply it is written as mu naught small n I capital A, where small n is equal to capital N upon L. Now, by the formula, since L is equal to n phi upon I, so putting this value here, n by I into mu naught n I A. So, this becomes mu naught I cancelled, capital N small n capital A. If we are putting the value of small n, then this becomes n square capital A upon L. So, this here, so I cancel, we have capital L. Here L is length of solenoid, and this L is coefficient of self induction of the solenoid. So, here also L proportional n square. This means when we are increasing the number of turns in the solenoid, then its coefficient of self induction increases with the ratio of its square. So, okay, thanks today, and then after Monday.